Warrior and Adela on Mistweaver Monk. For TURTASTIC, TURTASTIC, we have Wong, Velido, Trill, Sykesy, a lot of familiar names from 2 weeks ago, and a couple like team changes, I believe.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Redacted too, because they have a bunch of comps, but instead of having the traditional healer, they have Adela, of course, on that Mistweaver Monk. So I'm curious to see how they do here. And then looking at TURTASTIC, they're going to have those two comps available, the Feral DK Pally and the Windwalker DK Pally.
Yeah, and I think the Paladin versus the Monk situation is huge here because it's going to be a cleave versus cleave no matter what. All these DPS classes are melee, so it's going to be like and turbo.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Yeah, if anyone slips up at the beginning too, the game could just be over so fast.
Yeah, and Wong's going to have bops to deal with Swole and Joru's damage, which is very nice for him. Adela, on the other hand, he could have some trouble with some swaps, but he does have that Monk bubble to prevent a ton of damage. And I feel like the Monk bubble is going to be huge throughout this entire matchup. Trill also, I would say TURTASTIC has a bunch of good defensive cooldowns to deal with anything, though. We have the Monk Touch of Karma. We have Velido just has really good passive damage reduction, so it's going to be hard for Redacted to even get a kill in the first place with the bops plus those defensive cooldowns.
Yeah, Redacted looks like they're going to be taking a little bit of damage at the start, but Velido deciding to go on the offensive right out of the gates.
Yeah, and there's a full stun on the both DPS. Joru already taking a ton of damage. He gets Fist of Fury, and there's a Soul Reaper about to go off. Is Adela going to get the heals? He does Aura Mastery a bunch of heals up, but it's almost not enough. He Stone Forms the Strangulate, and Joru's taking a ton of damage through Shamanistic Rage. I don't know how this is possible. The damage coming up from Velido and Trill is so much, but there's a full Fear into a full Hex onto Trill to prevent some of that damage. That's a big CC chain, and it's something to note about this matchup. Trill can't get out of those CCs, and Velido's taking a ton of damage. So it looks like Velido's going to be the target with tons of CC coming out into Trill throughout this match. I like that idea. There's wings coming out from Wong here to top Velido off, and it looks like there's a great start for Redacted here.
Yeah, Redacted really put the pressure on quick, and look, now TURTASTIC able to turn it around and take quite a few cooldowns. They're putting damage into Adela.
Yeah, and there's the Monk bubble coming into Druid for that damage, and they're going to chase Adela around, but it's hard for them because Trill's going to get CC'd. Hopefully they can get more hexes out on him. That was huge for them, as long as they can continue to land those hexes. And I believe Juro got that last hex when he was sitting at 10% of health. So really good decision from him. There's the AMS from Velido, but I mean, this damage, okay, there's actually a full stun onto Adela and Juro. Adela probably in big trouble here. Yeah, it's full stun. It's so easy for them to get the kill there because he doesn't have Monk Bubble. He had to use it on Juro last time. And very, very fast-paced matchup, like we were saying. Once some of those major cooldowns are down, like the Monk Bubble or Wings, you can see people drop immediately. And because of the pure defense that Velido and Trill have, where they have Touch of Karma
with this Monk.
So we are getting into the game here. We have the gates opening soon. Adele's going to have an easier time on this map. He's going to have his port on top. He's going to be able to port there, but I worry for him because it wasn't the ports that were getting him. It was the full stun. So he needs to manage his breaks really well in this match in order to survive.
Yeah, and expect TURTASTIC to really not allow him to do that. They're going to come out guns blazing right now, looking at Juro, going to try to pull that Shamanistic Rage nice and early, and there it is.
Yeah, and there's a leg sweep immediately. There's the first break from Adela there. He used his Nimble Brew and his Aura Mastery already. So, I mean, already a ton of cooldowns gone. He's taking a ton of damage right now, but he should be okay. I really doubt he's just going to instantly flop in over. There's actually a stun on him. He has to use his Monk Bubble here. He has no Nimble Brew, no Monk Bubble already, and there's no Shaman Mysterious on Juru. So, really tough opener for them. They need to get that CC going on Trill. They had a good set of CCs going last time, but it's really hard for them. Vincent Wong having a pretty easy time this game, even through Avatar from Swole. He's just easily healing through it without having to pop any cooldowns yet.
Yeah, TURTASTIC just looking so dominant in this game. That swap onto Adela is key. That's really going to set the tempo for this game. And look, they're looking at Juro, and they're also getting damage onto Adela, and Juro doesn't have the Shamanistic Rage for another 15 seconds.
And here's the Death Grip into Fist of Fury, immediately trinketed, so we have no cooldowns available for Adela now. Vincent Wong taking some damage, but he still has Wings and Execution Sense. There's the Execution Sense, still saving Wings throughout the entire game. It's incredible that Wong is able to heal without even using the Wings like one time in either of the games so far. And, you know, next Death Grip into Stun on Adela is going to be big trouble for them.
Yeah, Wong just really strutting throughout this entire match. He's not using those cooldowns, and those cooldowns are what we were saying are really putting him ahead. He is going to decide to blow the Wings here.
And here we go. Adela gets full stunned. There's the Soul Reaper as well. He's going to be able to pour it out in time. Yes, he does get the port off this time. Juro had to use his Shamanistic Rage, so looks like a little bit of life here for Adela. There's a full silence. You get his Stone Form available, but now he has no cooldowns left. He might have the bubble, though, so we might be able to see more from Adela here because his rotation of cooldowns should come back up. And Wong has no Wings now, so maybe they can finally get something going on their side of the match.
Wow, they just are putting damage in even when that Shamanistic Rage is up. I thought Juro could have gone down there. The leg sweep, time and time again, just using it to set up kills.
Yeah, and here we go, another setup. This is great coming from them over and over, and they're not getting the damage this time. Oh, I was lying to you guys. He dropped to 20% immediately as soon as I said that, but he gets away this time. He ports out. He doesn't have to use any cooldowns. Juro taking a ton of damage, but from range, he should be able to top him off. Ooh, he has to use the bubble, though. That really stinks for him because, they haven't really had much pressure onto Wong or Velido or anyone. They just haven't had the time. They've been under so much pressure themselves, and Adela has just been played this entire time by Trill. Trill really the hero of this game for me. He incaps Adela into a full stun, and he just gets beat up over and over, and here's the damage on him. He doesn't really have much left. He's gonna get stunned here. Does he have anything to use? He doesn't have his monk bubble. He's getting some heals off straight in their face. I think it was with Aura Mastery. There's a Strangulate though. He doesn't have anything to stop that. He's gonna try to roll away here to live. Meanwhile, Vincent Wong actually had a bubble there. He doesn't have wings or execution, so they could actually get some damage going to Velido, but no. Trill chases Adela down. He's sitting at 23% and kills him by himself. So huge plays from Trill this whole game.
Yeah, Trill looked incredible. Redacted it at the end, started to put a little bit of pressure on. It does feel bad as a cleave comp, and you're not pulling any defensive cooldowns off of TURTASTIC. Towards the end, they did manage to pull the bubble. They pulled the wings, but really impressed by Trill. But when we look at Adela throughout that entire match, we talk a lot about how the mobility, I really think that they're still going to be up against similar problems, just having that they have a set healer. They only can bring this monk right now, and that seems to be their problem. The pressure that's coming on is hard for the monk to deal with.
So the thing I like here is Taiga is a Death Knight. Death Knights do a lot of magical damage, and Wong is playing a Holy Paladin, which usually aren't that great against magical damage because he has the bops, and they do a lot of spread damage. So they could get more pressure from the Death Knight. I like that choice. Now they can't just bop and basically ruin all the damage. So
yeah.
I'd like to see maybe some death grips and some stuns from Adela, because they have the same setup from Velido and Trill as well. And here comes some damage onto Taiga, looks like for now, but here's the combo. Paralyzed into leg sweep. He knows it's coming. He immediately gets out of that. Pops Aura Mastery, heals himself, but he gets resunned by Trill. Trill has been making plays every game, but they're trying to stop him now. Swole charged him and made sure he doesn't connect with Adele, because if they connect with Adele for too long and stuns come back up, he'll be in big trouble.
Bringing in Taiga is definitely paying off for them, though. TURTASTIC looks like they have a lot more to deal with coming into this match, but while we're saying that, TURTASTIC opening up on Taiga.
Yeah, and Redacted actually gets a triple shockwave, so the cooldown's going to be reduced, and they're actually doing damage for once. They have Vincent Wong on the run. He does steal an execution sentence. Good job for Taiga. He's trying to get bubble, but he did not end up getting it that time. There's a full hodge onto Adela, and this is the problem for him. He's just going to have to rotate through his defensive cooldowns. Meanwhile, Taiga taking damage while Adela pops the bubble on himself, but Death Knight's really good at surviving. He doesn't have to worry about Taiga as much as he did Juro.
Yeah, we're just seeing Taiga use that AMS on cooldown here. But like we said, picking Dalaran Sewers is going to allow Taiga and Swole to stay on their targets throughout the entirety of this match, and it looks like Trill is going to be that target now, once again hitting that shockwave onto 2 targets.
Yeah, and Adela having a much better time this time getting away from his targets, but if he's going to come out at 80% HP here, he might get paralyzed into a death grip, and Trill's looking for it. There's the paralyzed death grip and the stun. What else is going to follow from that? He's going to shrink it out. I mean, now he has nothing left. He doesn't have the bubble. I feel like he should be bubbling first so that his bubble comes out after his 2 trinkets are down, but he plays the monk, not me. There's the damage onto Taiga now, and really I'm just waiting for the stun to come out onto Adela again, because that's really what's been turning the tides of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the same setup out of TURTASTIC time and time again, and they're not finding a way to break that CC chain. It's difficult, and we see Adela yet again trying to get away, using that mobility, and same thing's happening, and you're gonna blow the bubble here.
They actually might be able to kill through the bubble this time. There's a full Strangulate. He does Stoneform out. He's going to try to get some rolls away. But Trill and Velido are going to be a hot pursuit. He gets a Death Grip. They don't have any breaks, and they didn't have an interrupt to stop those heals. So Adele's going to be able to survive this time. But next time, he's going to have Nibble Brew very soon, but he might get stunned before that. That'd be very scary for him. Trill's taking some damage here. Sitting at 28%. There's an incap on Vince Wong. Adela just turning around and throwing that out before he gets away. There's a full stun to Vince Wong, but Trill's just living through it. I don't think he has Karma available either, so they're actually doing a lot of pressure there. But there's a stun into Adela. It's just Velido on him, though, and I think Trill got gripped away. He doesn't have any mobility for once. That's incredible to not have that as a monk. There's an Aura Mastery from Adela. Is he going to be able to survive through this with Aura Mastery? He's actually dying through that. He stuns the DPS, gets away, he gets Death Grip back, and he might go down here, sitting at 11%. He has a Rallying Cry from the Warrior. It's going to fall in a second, but he's getting heals from the pillar. Very well done by Adela.
Adela just managing to sneak away time and time again, but Velido almost did that by himself.
Yeah, and there's the monk bubble coming out from Adela. He's actually surviving through this, but he doesn't have time to drink his tea to get mana back. He's having trouble topping his team. Meanwhile, Trill taking a lot of damage. He's sitting with a Solar Brew on him. He gets the heal from Vincent Wong to top him out of that range. Swole taking damage. Taiga taking a ton of damage here. I don't know who to keep track of at this point, but I think Adela's team is in big trouble here. Vincent Wong is finally getting his team up there. There's a full Strangulate onto Adela and a double stun onto Taiga and Swole. And Swole sitting at 1%. Is Adela going to be able to heal him? He gets a heal. I can't believe he's surviving right now. Adela with the incap into a stun. Taiga's taking so much pressure. There's a Soul Reaper on him. He's not going to be able to spell, but he gets magical heals out of nowhere with 0% mana, and they're turning it around to Vincent Wong.
I mean, Adele's about to go so if Vincent Wong can manage to stay up here, they'll be able to turn it around on Taiga and Swell and be able to bring him down, but the damage is coming in very strong from Redacted right now. Do they have any cooldowns to follow it up? Taiga is using that pillar.
And I think Vincent Wong will be fine here as long as he keeps his mana available, because he has Divine Shield and he has his wings coming up soon. There's a full Hodge onto Adela. Adela, again, has nothing available for a while. I think he might have his Monk Bubble. The current UI is wrong about that. But Vincent Wong does have to use this bubble. He has wings coming up soon, though, and that's going to spell the end for Adela, I think. There's a AMS from Taiga, and he's taking a lot of damage, but I feel like their target choice has been weird this game. I don't know why they're attacking Taiga so much when they have Adela and their strategy has been working so perfectly before. Vincent Wong might pay the price here. He does pop his wings to counter some of the damage, but his team's already at half HP. Is he going to be able to top them off here? That'll really tell the tides of the game.
Yeah, it looks like, ooh, there we go, the leg sweep coming in yet again. This may be the setup that we needed to see for TURTASTIC to bring home their third win.
Yeah, and Adela's sitting at half. Does he have a Stone Firm for that strength? He's not choosing to use it yet. He does now. His whole team's sitting at 30%. He's sitting at 7% mana. He does have the T available, but he just hasn't have the time to heal his team. He gets in cap. If there's a stun after that, he's in big trouble. But it looks like Swole's the target right now. I'm curious what the target choice is, but it doesn't matter at this point. Yeah. But they were going on to Swole and Taiga at different points throughout this game, and I feel like their strategy on Adela was working so well. They kind of gave up on that, and they had a much closer game. And I feel like that was on TURTASTIC to just say, let's attack different stuff instead of just training Adela down to the ground with their swaps.
Yeah, I really felt like there were quite a few points where I was looking at Redacted and I was like, oh, they may actually be able to take it. They were putting in the damage.